Hello class. Alright, in this video we're going to start to show you how to do your spreads. Now the reality is that's a whole design thing. You want to present yourself nicely. It says something about you. It's going to take you time to put all your projects in here, and I want to be reviewing it as we go along. You can shoot ideas off me, placements, and I can help you sort of align things and come up with suggestions and things like that. The reality is there's not much I can say except for go ahead and do it, except for there's a few things I want to just show you about putting in the image and changing the scale of images and doing all those sorts of things. It's really easy to put an image in. I'm just going to go to File, I'm going to go to Place, and I have a couple images here that I've done, and I'm going to uncheck that because by default it's not checked and you don't need it unless you have a multi-page PDF, which you don't. The other thing I should recommend doing too is when you get into a large document like this that you're going to be possibly emailing or probably will be emailing, it's actually best to save a lot of your vector work from Illustrator as JPEGs before you even start this, so that you're only inserting like JPEGs or PNGs, not Illustrator files or Photoshop files, which can be heavier, and especially if an Illustrator file is really intense, it can be very heavy and slow the work down for the collection of this. So I have a couple files here that were done in Photoshop and Illustrator respectively and have been saved as JPEGs. So I'm going to go ahead and just select on this one. I'm going to say Open, and it's going to sort of appear like this and float around, and all I need to do is click, and I'm holding down to get this box, and it's going to stay the size of my image, and you can sort of feel it. It'll sort of snap to any of these guidelines I have, and I'll just, for this particular one, just move it sort of all the way across to this side, and we can see it comes in at the size. Now a lot of people get concerned at this point because I don't know if you can tell in this YouTube video, but the quality of this image is downsampled. Don't worry about that. The way InDesign works by default, and you can't really change this, and it's important to know, is that images you place in the file, they are linked automatically. So when you go, since this could be hundreds of pages long, I can't put the raw data in here without it slowing down too much. So it only does that when you go to print or when you go to export. It will go back to the original file and get all the data and create a high resolution image of that file at that time. So it might look a little fuzzy in this setup. That's fine. It will print okay. It will export okay. You just have to go with it and trust it. So just go with it. So once I got it in, I can use my black arrow, my select tool, to sort of move it around, and maybe in this case, again, I'll just move it to the top location there, and I will have it set in. And so you go and you place your images, you move them around as you need to, you get them set as you want. The other thing I should mention about, since these are linked in here, it means that if I delete my file or if I move that file to another place relative to my InDesign portfolio file, it will get lost, and I'll get a little error. Right now it says no errors down here. It'll say error, can't find the file, and I can go back and I can replace it pretty easily. I can relink it to the original location, but you will need that original JPEG or whatever file type you're putting in there throughout this entire process. So get a nice, we see I have a folder, I say for portfolio, and I'm just going to put all the images I want in this portfolio in one spot so I have them saved nice and easily. Alright, in the next video, I know that was sort of a lot. It's easy to place an image and it's more about saving locations. But in the next video, we're going to talk about changing the size of the image, which sometimes gets students a little annoyed in InDesign. So I'll see you for that one.